So you're on the injury concepts page here, and one of my favorite pages here, a book that really profoundly changed the way I look at human physiology, was the great work of Dr. Hans Selye, The Stress of Life. And you know we're all under a ton of it. The neat part about it is what it does to the physiology of a human, and why it relates to injuries, of course, is that nobody that's ill, stressed out, or has an immune competence problem related to stress can heal from injuries. So any of you guys trying to fix your injuries out there, you got to get the whole system together. You'll notice a lot of the pages here on my website are not specifically designed to treat injuries. The longer you do this for a living, the more you're going to find out that healthy people heal a lot faster. Of course, younger people heal a lot faster than older people, but aside from age, which could be quite independent, you've got the actual just the health of the human organism. And Hans Selye did something really neat and really interesting. He stressed out rats. And he took some rats and he ran them really hard. And the other rats he trapped. Some he overfed, some he underfed. And he did sort of equal and opposite stressors to rats. And what he came up with, his conclusions of all of his research in The Stress of Life, and again a seminal piece on the physiology of how mammals work, is the first phase that we all go through is an alarm phase. So if we're stressed about anything, it could be finances, it could be relationships, it could be an event that's coming up, we go into a very acute, a very short-term alarm stage. And the alarm stage changes the way the physiology of the human is. And if you're going to be competing in an event, you should have a higher level of stress hormones flowing through your system, because it's going to help you to win the event. The problem is that modern life has created stressors that really don't go away. They stay there, very low grade, leading to a chronic stressor. And this is what Selye studied. And after a period of time after the alarm phase, we go into resistance. Our body's saying, holy mackerel, the stress isn't going away. What am I going to do? And so what it does is it changes some of the hormone systems of the body so that the body can sort of exist within that stress without having any harmful effects. And depending on one's constitution, a term that you see quite a bit in the realms of homeopathy, which is that we're not all born exactly equal. Some of us are born with an unbelievable ability to deal with stress, where other people break down quite easily. And Selye found this actually with rats. He found that some rats were going to succumb to the stress in a week, or other rats took months. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we hit an exhaustion stage. Now, if you're getting to this place of physiology where you're exhausted, all the systems are starting to change. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit today about what happens on that hormonal system and how it plays a role in inhibiting the body's ability to heal from injury, since this is the injury concepts page, and my primary business is treating injuries and not treating the whole organism. The adrenals, they kick in. The adrenals sit above your kidneys, and they're going to crank out various hormones like norepinephrine, adrenaline, and cortisol. And those three hormones are going to change the way the body deals with stress and the way the body actually functions physiologically. Over a short period of time, no biggie. The sympathetic nervous system is activated, your pupils dilate, your muscles are ready to fight or flight, and you're ready to go. The problem is if you stay in that state for too long, you're going to crash all of these systems. The others I found were interesting is ulceration, something I dealt with earlier in my life, with stomach problems related to stress that I didn't quite identify, probably didn't even believe it existed. But after reading Selye's book, I started looking at ulcers, and I said, well, stomach, mind, body, the mind towards my gut. And I would get nervous before tennis matches. I would get nervous before things like we all do. And I didn't know really how to deal with it. So I would just end up, losing a night's sleep and have my stomach just killing me all night long. And the third is really fascinating, is the thymus gland, which matures your white blood cells, so your immune competence. So ultimately, the inflammatory mechanisms that heal injuries are, keenly associated with your inflammatory mechanisms and your immune mechanisms, so that at the end of the day, if all these systems are not totally stressed to the max, your body can self-heal. So again, keep in mind that the healthy body heals and the non-healthy body doesn't. So if you've got an injury that you think is related to your workout in the gym or to lifting a heavy box or moving the garbage can in the backyard, yes, that's one of the elements. If it doesn't go away, start looking at Selye's work here to realize that your body may not be very healthy in general, something you really can't see, but please identify it, because I'll tell you, once you get your body healthy, a lot of these injuries go away. So don't discount this. Don't always work towards stretches, towards putting lacrosse balls on problems. You guys have got to get healthy in general, and you see a lot of these problems will go away. The last thing I'll say about that thymus gland is actually the last couple of days, there's been a couple of articles that I've read regarding reversing aging. And fascinating enough, the research that was being done right now that's showing an actual 2.5 year reduction in age, not just slowing the aging process, but actually some of the biomarkers associated with youth are actually ending up, and these hormones that they're messing around with to deal with the thymus gland. I actually just read that in the last few days, and I thought that would fascinate you to know that Selye's work being done 50, 60 years ago, still more pieces of the puzzle coming together. So again, the more you know, the less you guess, okay? Watch the video a few times. Make sure that you understand the concepts that I discussed today. Hans Selye's work is extremely valuable to you in a general sense for your immune system to be healthy, for your reparative mechanisms to be healthy. Okay, have a great day.